Our planet is literally shaking under the effects of global warming, and this is written by Richard Astor on The Conversation. As oceans waves rise and fall, they apply forces on the seafloor, below, and generic seismic waves. These seismic waves are so powerful and widespread that they show up as a steady thump on seismographs, the same instruments used to monitor and study earthquakes. And that wave signal has been getting more intense in recent decades, reflecting increasingly stormy seas and higher ocean swell. In a new study in the journal Nature Communications, colleagues and I, he said, tracked the increase around the world over the past 4 decades. These global data, along with other ocean, satellite, and regional seismic studies, show a decades-long increase in wave energy that coincides with increasing storminess attributed to rising global temperatures. What seismology has to do with ocean waves? Global seismographic networks are best known for monitoring and studying earthquakes and for allowing scientists to create images of the planet's deep interior. These highly sensitive instruments continuously record an enormous variety of natural and human-caused seismic phenomena, including volcanic eruptions, nuclear and other explosions, meteor strikes, landslides, and glacial quakes. They also capture persistent seismic signals from wind, water, and human activity. For example, seismographic networks observed the global quieting in human-caused seismic noise as lockdown measures were instituted around the world during the COVID pandemic. However, the most globally pervasive of seismic background signals is the incessant thrum created by storm-driven ocean waves, referred to as the global microseism. 2 types of seismic signals. Ocean waves generate microseism signals in 2 different ways. The most energetic of the 2, known as the secondary microseism, throbs at a period between about 8 to 14 seconds. As sets of waves travel across the oceans in various directions, they interfere with one another, creating pressure variation on the seafloor. However, interfering waves are not always present, so in this sense, it's an imperfect proxy for overall ocean wave activity. A second way in which ocean waves generate global seismic signals is called the primary microseism process. These signals are caused by traveling ocean waves directly pushing and pulling on the seafloor. Since water motions within waves fall off rapidly with depth, this occurs in regions where water depths are less than about 1,000 feet, that's about 300 meters. The primary microseism signal is visible in seismic data as a steady hum with a period between 14 and 20 seconds. What the shaking planet tells us. In our study, we estimated and analyzed historic primary microseism intensity back in the late 1980s at 52 seismic sites around the world with long histories of continuous recording. We found that 39% of these stations showed highly significant and progressive increases in energy over the decades. And the results indicate that globally, averaged ocean wave energy since the late 20th century has increased at a median rate of 0.27% per year. However, since 2000, that globally averaged increase in the rate has risen by 0.35% per year. We found this greatest overall microseism energy in the very stormy southern oceans regions near the Antarctica Peninsula, but these results show that the North Atlantic waves have intensified the fastest in recent decades compared to historic levels. And that is consistent with recent research suggesting North Atlantic storm intensity and coastal hazards are increasing. Storm Ciarán, which hit Europe with powerful waves and hurricane-force winds in November 2023, was one record-breaking example. The decades-long microseism record also shows the seasonal swing of strong winter storms between northern and southern hemispheres. It captures the wave dampening effects of growing and shrinking Antarctic sea ice, as well as the multi-year highs and lows associated with El Nino and La Nina cycles and their long-range effects on ocean waves and storms. And together, these and other recent seismic studies complement the results of climate and ocean research showing that storms and waves are intensifying as the climate warms. A coastal warning. The oceans have absorbed about 90% of the excess heat connected to rising greenhouse gas emissions from human activity in recent decades. That excess energy can translate into more damaging waves and more powerful storms. Our results offer another warning for coastal communities where increasing ocean waves heights compound coastlines, damaging infrastructure and eroding the land. The impacts of increasing wave energy are further compounded by ongoing sea level rise, fueling by climate change and by subsidence, and they emphasize the importance of mitigating climate change and building resilience into coastal infrastructure and environmental protection strategies. This is by Richard Astor, Professor of Geophysics and Department Head, Colorado State University. The article we published from The Conversation under Creative Commons license. This is on Science Alert. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.